Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today is Booklist Thursday. This is a video series I do with my friend Lindsay over at Lindsay's Little Library. And every Thursday, we bring you some sort of list or book topic that we feel like talking about for the week. And we are ending our must-reads for May with summer recommendations. So these are books that are really good to pick up over the summer for whatever reason. The first one I want to recommend is It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. This book is so much fun. This is a contemporary romance, and we are following a woman who lives a very privileged life. She is from a very wealthy family, so she, just that's her lifestyle. She lives in Los Angeles. She's very reckless, though. And one night she takes it a little bit too far and gets in a lot of trouble, and her family decides, I think we need to be a little bit humbled. I think we need to get some humbling going on here. So they end up sending her to a very small coastal town where her father is originally from. And she is under the direction to live there for the summer, and she has to work. She has to, she's not going to be getting all of this privilege that she is used to, and she's going to, grow up, basically, is what it is. So she and her sister go to this town and set up shop, and they have to, deal with stuff that they're not used to dealing with. This was so much fun. She ends up meeting a lot of the locals and forming connections with them and stuff. And she meets one of the local fishermen, and, things happen from there. Stuff and things. So this one is very steamy, though, so you need to be okay with some open door, very detailed sexual scenes. That happens in this book. I thought they were fantastic, but that is in there, so just so you know. But this is a lot of fun, and it does have a follow-up companion novel as well that follows her sister, set in the same situation. But yeah, really good. Next one I want to talk about is The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. And this one is a really good summer read because, number one, it's a quick read. It's actually I flew through this thing. This is set in South Carolina, and it's definitely set over the summer where it's just really, really hot and muggy, and you can feel it. The way that the environment and this neighborhood is described is definitely you can just feel the mugginess and the mosquitoes, and it's described so vividly. I really felt like I was there, especially being, someone who has lived in southern states. I can feel that that was norm for me a lot of the time. So it definitely gives you kind of that feeling of being there and feeling the warmth and all of that stuff. Yeah. So that's why I kind of feel like this could be a really good summer book, because you're kind of in that environment and all that stuff. But this follows a book club, and it's a book club that is made up of women in a certain neighborhood. And then a new man moves to the neighborhood, and he's kind of the talk of the town. And he has an interest in books. And so he ends up joining this book club. And along the way, some of these women are noticing something a little bit off about him. And maybe he's a vampire. Just saying. It's fantastic. There is body horror in here. So if that's something you're not comfortable with, but there are still scenes in this book that I think about still to this day. Another thriller, if that is something that you really like to read over the summer, is The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. Now, this one follows a summer camp. So, and two different timelines. We're following a today frame timeline and a timeline describing what happened to the characters in the past. So we're following a woman who is an artist. She attended this camp back when she was a teenager, and something happened while she was there. Something tragic. It was awful. It caused the camp to close down. However, years and years and years later, this camp is being reopened, and she is being invited back to be not a counselor, but a teacher at this camp in the arts and all that stuff. And so she decides to go ahead and take it on. So she's going back and kind of confronting what happened back then, and maybe try to figure out what happened back then, because there was a lot still unanswered. So it definitely has that warmth, again, because it is set over the summer and we're in the woods and you're at a camp. Yeah, and it was fantastic. Another one that is very atmospheric as far as being very, very hot, although this is not set during our summer. That's The Lost Man by Jane Harper. So this is set during the summer, but it's an Australian summer, so it's opposite of us. And when I tell you, I could feel the heat when I was reading this book. I could feel the dehydration that some of these characters were starting to experience, because this is literally set in the outback, nothing around them. Like, to the point where if you wandered off too far and got lost, which you definitely can do, you would die because the elements would just kill you. The heat and the dryness, and it's insane. So this is very much an atmospheric read for sure. It is also a mystery. There is something happening with this family that lives on, like, in this outback situation, and there's something happening with the family, and then you're following along trying to figure out exactly what it is and who has done what, and, you know, maybe this person isn't who they seem they are, and all these types of things. And it was really, really good. This is definitely another one that's like a slow burn, but if you want something that just really transports you to the Australian outback in the middle of their summer season, this is it. And the last one I have is Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins. Now, number one, the cover screams summer with the yellow and the pink flowers. It's so beautiful. Her covers are really good. This one is set in Hawaii for the most part, and then also on an isolated island off the coast. And we follow some tourists who hire our main characters to charter a boat out to this island. Now, this island is famous for something really tragic happening there. And so it becomes a little bit of a destination for people who, you know, kind of want that thrill of being where something really tragic happened. Our main characters take these tourists out there and end up staying with them, and things go from there. But this is very much people behaving badly type thing. Secrets are being kept. No one really knows the real reason why they're there, and blah, 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 and all these things. And just like, you know, secrets start slowly coming out and all sorts of stuff. And you're like on a literally desert island. Like, it's deserted. There's nothing there except trees, and some things start happening while they're there. So it's very good. Very good. Okay, guys, that is it. Those are some books that I have really, really enjoyed that I think would be really good summer reads. So make sure you go check out Lindsay's list today and see what books she's recommending for the summer. And let me know some of your favorite reads, some things that you like to read over the summer. I'd love to know. And we will see you guys again soon. Have a great day. Bye.